It's approximately 35 feet long. It's 11,000 pounds, and it's placed in a very strategic location along the east side of the building. It will be, as the rest of the beams are, one that will support this building in years to come, decades to come. It will be an integral part of the building, as many of the beams are, and it will be very special to us because the president signed it, both governors signed it, the mayor signed it.
Are we on? Are we on?
We're on, Mr. President.
A few minutes ago, the United States ambassadors to every country in the world told the leaders of those nations what I'm about to tell you. The comets are still headed for Earth. Now, we've been planning for the worst, so I hope you'll bear with me and listen to what I have to say. To ensure the continuation of our way of life, we've been preparing a network of immense caves, and we can put 1 million people in them, underground, for 2 years. On August 10th, we're going to hold a national lottery. A computer will randomly select 800,000 Americans to join the 200,000 scientists, teachers, soldiers, and artists who have already been chosen. In addition, the United States and Russia have been building the largest spaceship ever constructed to stop the comets. We will prevail. Life will go on.
A joint decision. We thought it was important to think through ahead of time how we would dispose of the body if he were killed in the compound. And I think that what we tried to do was consulting with experts in Islamic law and ritual to find something that was appropriate, that was respectful of the body. Frankly, we took more care on this than obviously bin Laden took when he killed 3,000 people. He didn't have much regard for how they were treated and desecrated. But that, again, is something that makes us different. And I think we handled it appropriately.
Tonight, as investigators continue to search for the lost wreckage of MH370, a new report from the Australian Transportation Safety Board indicates no one was in control of the enormous aircraft at the time of the crash. A detailed analysis of satellite data indicates the plane hurtled downwards, plunging 25,000 feet per minute.
The way the plane spiraled into the ocean, it was not under human control.
There's no way that you can make a plane do that.
No, you would not. There is no way a pilot could make a plane do that. And it raises the question of whether the pilots were still alive.
The flight, scheduled from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, disappeared less than an hour after takeoff. A log of hourly pings between the plane and a satellite led investigators to conclude the plane crashed in the Indian Ocean.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children. It was nearly 10 years ago that a bright September day was darkened by the worst attack on the American people in our history. The images of 9/11 are seared into our national memory. Hijacked planes cutting through a cloudless September sky, the Twin Towers collapsing to the ground, black smoke billowing up from the Pentagon, the wreckage of Flight 93 in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where the actions of heroic citizens saved even more heartbreak and destruction. And yet we know that the worst images are those that were unseen to the world. The empty seat at the dinner table, children who were forced to grow up without their mother or their father, parents who would never know the feeling of their child's embrace, nearly 3,000 citizens taken from us, leaving a gaping hole in our hearts. On September 11th, 2001, in our time of grief, the American people came together. We offered our neighbors a hand, and we offered the wounded our blood. We reaffirmed our ties to each other and our love of community and country. On that day, no matter where we came from, what God we prayed to, or what race or ethnicity we were united as one American family. We were also united in our resolve to protect our nation and to bring those who committed this vicious attack to justice. We quickly learned that the 9/11 attacks were carried out by al-Qaeda, an organization headed by Osama bin Laden, which had openly declared war on the United States and was committed to killing innocents in our country and around the globe.
chief.
Obama out.
Nick Watt, ABC News, Washington.